After 20 minutes of play in the inaugural Asia Rugby Championship match between Korea and Japan, the hosts had jumped out to a resounding 17-3 lead.
Lee Myung-jung right through the middle, and he gives it away to Jang Sung-ming.
Jang followed up his first try with an opportunistic steal just moments later, and the 7-time Asian Five Nations champions were suddenly trailing by 2 converted tries. Eddie Jones's boys methodically regrouped and were able to turn the half around, taking a 22-20 lead into the break.
Matsui, what can he do? Oh, he's outflanked them and raced in, and he's got to be into the corner. What a great try for the young man making his debut.
Japan quickly touched down twice again to start the second half, and the battle was starting to look truly lost for the hosts.
They go wide, nice ball inside, and there's not a lot of people going to stop that man when he gets the ball in his hand.
Korea struck back minutes later to reduce the deficit to 7.
That is a great try.
Japan closed it out with 3 unanswered tries, using their superior fitness to secure a comfortable 56 points to 30 win.
We were pretty rusty, maybe 12 o'clock kickoff, maybe a number of factors. And Korea played quite well the first 20. They really fronted up, tackled very hard. There's some unusual tackling style out there, but they were effective. And we got a little bit rattled, but I was pleased the boys came back and played with a little bit of rhythm.
지금 일단은 선수를 빨리 회복시켜갖고 그래서 선수들도 정신력을 우리가 일본전에 이렇게 할 수 있다는 걸 보여줬으니까 홍콩전에도 더 나은 시합을 할 수 있게 그런 쪽으로 선수를 독려하겠습니다.
As Korea prepared to make their way to Hong Kong for a Week 2 clash, the Hong Kong women were preparing to travel to Kazakhstan for the opening of the Asia Women's Rugby Championship.
Preparation started really in December when we did the development camps and have a look at some of the new girls. Since then we've had the Sevens girls come and join us, and I think the onset of professionalism for the last year in the Sevens has really helped and up the standard of the 15s as well.
Last year the Hong Kong women finished a surprising second in the inaugural Asian Four Nations series. They beat Japan and Singapore after suffering a narrow 13-10 loss to eventual champions Kazakhstan. This year the competition follows the men with 3 nations in the top flight, and Hong Kong kicks off against last year's winners in Almaty.
我諗我哋要好好地運用我哋嘅靈活度、速度同埋體能。咁過去嗰3-4個禮拜，我哋都好集中喺體能訓練上面。咁希望可以喺80分鐘入邊打一個好快嘅比賽，希望從而中揾到佢哋破綻入分得分。
Hong Kong has championship aspirations after a strong finish last year, but Kazakhstan has never been beaten at home, and Japan is coming off a strong showing in the IRB World 7 Series qualifiers, where they just missed out on a series spot.
I think both teams play a different style. I think both teams will test us. Kazakhstan will be, I think, slightly more physical up front. Japan will want to run the ball a little bit more. I think they'll be a little bit more dynamic. I mean, both teams will be challenging, but both teams, I think a win is achievable.
While the Hong Kong women head for Kazakhstan, the Korean men travel to Hong Kong Football Club, a ground where they have had some success in the past. After a brutal encounter with Japan the previous week, Korea are keeping their goals realistic.
It's number 2 for Kim Nam-wook.
첫째로 팀 선수가 하나같이 큰 부상이 없는 시합했으면 좋을 것 같고요. 그리고 저희가 이때가 지금 한 4주 정도 됐는데, 소집하고 4주 정도 됐는데 4주 정도에 연습했던 플레이가 그대로 시합장에 나왔으면 좋겠습니다. 그래야지 또 나중에 일본 원정 경기도 있고 나중에 이제 홍콩을 저희 홈으로 불러서 마지막 게임 또 있으니까 그 게임은 더 충실하게 할 것 같습니다.
For Hong Kong, this is the first weekend of a 4-game run that will determine their standing for next season. And while the match with Korea is an important step in the process, the overall goal remains the big picture.
our goal is to maintain our top three status. Now, how we go about that, it might mean we have to win one game, it might mean we have to win two, it might mean we have to win three. We're not too worried about that. We know that to maintain our top three status, we have to have our performances that are consistent week in, week out, grow as this tough competition progresses as well. But yeah, when the final whistle blows against Japan in Aberdeen for us, if we're safe in that top three, then we'll have done our job.